Another week of testimony has come to a close in the trial of 3 Tacoma police officers accused in the death of Manuel Ellis, a 33-year-old man who died in 2020 after he encountered police while walking home. He was beaten and pressed to the ground, continually held there despite him saying, "I can't breathe." Hi, I'm Peter Talbot, the criminal justice reporter for the News Tribune. Here's what jurors heard this week. Monday, jurors heard recorded interviews 2 of the officers on trial gave detectives investigating Ellis' death. Officers Matthew Collins and Christopher Burbank said Ellis pounded his fist on their patrol car window. Collins said when he got out, Ellis grabbed him by his vest, lifted him off his feet, and threw him to the street. The 2 officers' statements contradicted each other at times, with Burbank never describing his partner as being picked up and thrown. Burbank said Ellis squared up to fight Collins, so he used his car door to hit the man, distracting him or knocking him down. Burbank said Collins and Ellis then fought on the ground, with Ellis flailing his legs and swinging his fists as hard as he could. Months after the officers gave their interviews, eyewitness videos surfaced that showed officers beating Ellis, shocking him with a taser, and getting on top of him. Those witnesses have testified that they never saw Ellis fight back. Tuesday, prosecutors called a respiratory expert who told jurors about circumstances that would have increased Ellis' oxygen needs, his physical activity with the officers, the meth in his system, and being shocked with a taser before officers sat on him. On cross-examination Wednesday, the expert conceded that he didn't know how long officers were on Ellis or how much weight was on him. Wednesday's testimony ended early after prosecutors were blocked from calling to the stand police instructors who prosecutors said trained Collins, Burbank, and Rankin. Judge Brian Chushkoff ruled the state would need to first show that the defendants didn't follow their training, and that doing so put Ellis' life at risk. On Thursday, jurors heard testimony from the medical examiner who conducted Ellis' autopsy, Dr. Thomas Clark. He ruled Ellis' death a homicide in 2020, and he determined Ellis died due to oxygen deprivation caused by physical restraint. He said it was his opinion that by the time paramedics got to Ellis' side, he was already brain dead, or in the final stages of brain death. He addressed the 2,400 nanograms per milliliter of meth in Ellis' system and the heart disease he suffered from, saying both could be ruled out as primary factors in his death based on heart monitor data recorded by paramedics. On cross-examination, Clark admitted many factors contributed to Ellis' oxygen deprivation: restraint on his stomach, handcuffs tied to his ankles, the weight of officers, and the spit hood placed on him, and that he couldn't point to a specific one that killed him. It was a combination of those factors. If you want to learn more from the trial, go to thenewstribune.com, and I'll be back here every Friday with updates.